it is my honor to introduce my colleague and friend, Chanel Lindsay.
I'm here today with a heavy heart. Cannabis legalization is so clearly a social justice and civil rights issue, but in the last days and weeks, our opposition has been spinning lies crafted by our opposition and spread far and wide by even respected media outlets are attempting to hide and erase the damage that's happening to us in our communities. Every year, thousands of people in our state are arrested, punished, and prosecuted for cannabis use, and the majority of those people are people of color. Claims that since decriminalization, no one is being arrested, or to quote what Jason Lewis just said yesterday, this is not about whether adults can use cannabis, no one is bothering them today. These are dangerous lies that are spun and supporting a racist status quo. How do I know? It happened to me. I'm a mother, a lawyer, a businesswoman, and I'm also a person of color. In 2010, now this is after decriminalization, I was driving to the commuter rail to work, and all of a sudden I see blue lights flashing behind me. What should have been a normal traffic stop, the officer said that I turned right on red where there was a sign. Turned very sinister once he saw a small amount of cannabis in my open purse. The police officer ordered me out of my car, began to search my vehicle, even though I told him no, and when, after digging in my personal belongings, he found a small jar of cannabis, he slapped the cuffs on me and threw me in the back of the police cruiser. I was sitting there terrified, watching my car get impounded. And as we're driving down to the station, I'm pleading with him, asking him why he is arresting me, why he is not just giving me a ticket, but instead arresting me and bringing me down to the courthouse. We went down and got booked, and I asked them again, what is going to happen to me? And they told me that I was going to be brought down to the courthouse and arraigned, the same courthouse that I had appeared in many times before, but this time it was going to be as a criminal. Everything in my life flashed before me. I was about to lose my career, my child, my status. And this is not something that I plan to come and talk about today, but the continued dismissal of what is happening every day to our citizens, our fellow citizens, good people, made it necessary. That day, the only thing that saved me was being able to come up with the best legal argument that I could muster while sitting there in the cuffs digging into my arms on a cold metal slab while they were booking me. And that argument is that you are violating my civil rights. You have all the opportunity to know whether or not you should be using your discretion against me and charging me criminally, or you should be giving me a ticket. And thankfully, I was able to convince them to weigh it, and what do you know? It was half an ounce, less than the decriminalized amount. What would have happened that day if I had been a teacher or a secretary or a doctor and I did not know my rights? I would have been arraigned, and they had every intent to prosecute me to the fullest extent of the law. So what I say to Jason Lewis and the opposition to question 4 is, you will never be able to tell me that people are not being arrested and prosecuted for cannabis possession. If this happened to me in Sharon over 14 grams, you can only imagine what is happening to our young people of color around the state in different areas. There are nearly 1 million adults in Massachusetts who use cannabis. These are doctors, lawyers, blue collar, white collar. And each day we are forced into this area of illegality, which means that at any moment we could lose everything. over something that is less harmful than alcohol, which in our society has no limits on the amount that we can have. So what I'm here today to say is no more lies. These are the facts. These are the people that are being harmed by these regressive policies. And these people deserve our protection. We will not stand anymore for lies and excuses. We'll protect our fellow citizens, and that protection comes with a vote of yes on question 4.